Why in the world would there be a hyper-local show about Jacksonville? Who cares? What makes Northeast Florida so great that we're willing to sit down and do a whole show on it? Whether you're thinking about making a move here or maybe you've got orders to Jax, today's episode is for you. We're breaking down 5 more reasons why you should live in Jax. Welcome back to This is Jax. I'm Navy veteran realtor Nate Riggs, and I'm your guide to living in Jacksonville and Northeast Florida. So thanks for joining us. If this is your first time here, we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We've got a mission set by the end of the year to hit that. So help us reach our goal. Hit the subscribe button. And joining me today, very special guest, is Shawna. Fun fact, she's also a Navy veteran realtor and happens to be my wife. So an irreplaceable part of my team.
Hello, I'm happy to be here.
All right, Shawna, welcome. I'm excited you're here. And we're going to get into 5 reasons to live in Jax. But before we begin, if you're listening to this, you may be considering buying a home in Jax. And if so, we would love to connect with you. Be sure to head to our website. It's linked below in the notes, riggsgroupfl.com. All right, 5 reasons to move to Jax. Shawna, what do we got for reason number 1?
Number 1, affordable cost of living. Compared to other major Florida cities like Miami or Tampa, Jacksonville offers a more budget-friendly lifestyle. So housing prices, utilities, and everyday expenses tend to be lower, making it easier to stretch your dollar.
Yeah. All right. So Jacksonville is a lot cheaper. We've got a couple segments here that maybe you didn't really think about. Maybe you did think about. The first one I want to think about is hotels, right? You live here in Jacksonville, but you might have family that live in other parts of the country and they're coming to visit. Or you might just want a weekend getaway yourself somewhere close by. Hotels here are a little bit cheaper. We looked at 15 different websites, including TripAdvisor, Booking, Kayak.com. We found that Jacksonville generally has better, which means lower hotel rates. It's not astronomical, Shawna, but compared to Tampa's luxury hotels that cost $250 to $400 a night during their peak season, here in Jacksonville, a beachfront hotel averages just $200 to $350 on average, about $50 cheaper a night here than you might find in Tampa. And we've gone on vacation. We've done little weekend getaways to Orlando, right? If we want to go to SeaWorld, or if somebody wants to go to Disney or whatever, you can take a quick trip down to Disney and you can stay in a hotel there. I can tell you they're more than $250 to $400 a night, especially if you go during peak season.
Yeah, and that's why we also like to do staycations here in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Yeah. Staycations are great. And so it's pretty cost effective. The other thing we want to talk about as far as affordability is the medium home sale price. This data, we got it again from a multitude of sites, including Redfin, ramsolutions.com, and Zillow. And by the way, all of this is going to be in a link below. You can click on that. You'll be able to see these charts. You'll be able to see this data. So whether you're driving to work now and you kind of want to check it out later, or if you're watching on YouTube, then click on that link and you'll get access to all this. But the average or the median home price, Tampa, $408,000, Orlando, $415,000, and in Miami, much higher at $632,000. But what do we got here in Jacksonville, Shawna?
$331,000.
Yeah, so significantly cheaper here, right? While Tampa and Orlando are about 23% higher cost, Miami staggering 89%. So much more affordable. Anything else, Shawna, in this category?
So beyond housing, Jacksonville's lower cost of living across groceries, transportation, and healthcare just amplifies its value.
If you're weighing between the major cities, maybe you're in the Northeast or the Midwest and you're looking to come down here and you're trying to decide between Tampa, Orlando, Miami, you definitely get the best bang for your buck here in Jacksonville. So that's reason number 1, affordable cost of living, why you should be living in Jacksonville. Shawna, what do we got? What's the next ones?
Number 2 is beaches and outdoor life.
Oh yeah, we love to get to the beach and to get outdoors. If you've been a part of our channels, if you're a subscriber, you'll see that. We got a lot of content on that. What about beaches and outdoor life, Shawna?
We love to go on the drive-on beaches, and there's state parks, and then the Margaritaville and Jax Beach.
There's a wide range of activities, right? And so whether you're looking for the state park, which is like secluded, or if you want to take your 4-wheel drive vehicle out there for the day, or if you're looking for more of that like touristy style beach, the busier beach like Jax Beach. Anything else?
The walking trails, so just outdoor life in general. There's a lot of walking trails around and in Jacksonville. There's lakes, rivers, and flats. And then we've talked about the parks, but each park kind of has a little bit of different thing to offer. And then the nature preserves like Timucuan Ecological and Historic Preserve for hiking again, kayaking, or fishing.
Right. So there's just a lot of nature and outdoors. If you want to go out on a trail, if you want to take your boat out, if you want to take a kayak out, if you want to go deep sea fishing, you can do that all right here. Tons of waterfront. And not only that, Jacksonville's kind of like a hub, and there's a ton of springs in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
So natural springs. And from where Florida is, from where we are in Jacksonville, I mean, in a quick hour, within a 2 hour drive, you can get to several of these. So if that's something that you're interested in, then again, Jacksonville makes for a great place to live. You don't have to live in the middle of nowhere or a place like Gainesville, Ocala that's a little smaller just to have access to that. You can live in a major city and you still have a quick commute and easy access to nature of Florida. Number three.
The growing job market. Jacksonville's economy is on the rise, especially in industries like logistics, healthcare, and finance.
We're going to dive into a couple different things here. And Shawna and me have a little bit different notes. I have pulled up some notes here. Shawna, do you have what our top 5 industries are in Jacksonville?
Yes, healthcare, finance and insurance, logistics and transportation, advanced manufacturing, aviation and aerospace.
Those are our 5 major. And I want you to pay attention to something. Notice nowhere in there was tourism. So Orlando, Tampa, Miami, they're all going to have a big base of tourism. Let's talk a little bit more about these healthcare. Jacksonville hosts major, and by the way, these notes, again, this is from 15 different pages, including jacksonville.gov. They've got some targeted industries. It's part of their Office of Economic Development. I got the link to that. But healthcare, Jacksonville hosts major healthcare providers like Mayo Clinic. We're talking 8,500 employees. That's huge. Baptist Health, 12,000 employees. UF Health in Jacksonville, a lot of job growth there. So in the growth and medical research, we've got over 50,000 employees just in that sector. As far as finance and insurance, we're home to companies like Florida Blue. Again, thousands of employees. It lists a whole bunch more. Logistics and transportation. You may not know this, but with Jacksport, it's one of the largest ports in the entire nation. So a lot of overseas imports, they come right here to Jacksonville. And then we have railroads like CSX that make it possible for all these imports to be headquartered here in Jacks and then go everywhere else inside the nation, which is pretty cool. That's logistics and transportation. We've got advanced manufacturing, then aviation and aerospace. That's a huge one. Listen, we've got a huge military presence. Both NAS Jacks and Naval Station Mayport have aviation at them. And then we've got Cecil Field, which is like basically contracted work, and Boeing is there. I've spent a lot of time out at Cecil Field just in my days as a rescue swimmer and flying a helicopter. We would go out there to do a bunch of training and practice and, familiarization flights. But it was always fascinating to me that there was these massive hangars and there were jets from airlines all over the world, and not even just like jets. Like if you go to a major airport in the US, you might see Southwest Airlines or Delta or American Airlines. But a lot of these planes had liveries, so the paint job on these planes was from airlines that don't even operate in the United States, yet they're flying into Jacksonville to get their routine maintenance and service. Pretty cool that those industries exist. When I went over to jacksonville.gov site, the Office of Economic Development, it lists a whole nother set of targeted industries. Back to our notes. So far, we've talked about the affordable cost of living paired with the beaches and outdoor life that you get to enjoy. And if you want to earn an income, we've got a growing job market. And I think the next point is going to add to all of that. It's just going to make it that much better.
Number 4 is no state income tax. So Florida doesn't have a state income tax, which means more money stays in your pocket compared to other states.
Listen, like, do we even have to say anything more than that? It's cheaper to live here. You get the beaches and the outdoor. You can get a good job. And from the money you earn at that job, you get to put it in your pocket.
Yeah. It's great for entrepreneurs.
Yeah. So again, if you're thinking about coming here and starting a business, it's a great city to come start a business. And our 5th and final point
Is the weather. The weather here is pretty mild. You get warm summers and milder winters. So our winters can be cold on some days, and then other days are mildly warm.
This was a brutal winter. I'm here to tell you that.
Yeah.
And it was cold for 1 week. So it's cold. And our point here is that, it doesn't really dip below freezing. We get a couple frosts. We got like 2 freeze days. That's it. It didn't go like hard freeze. And then we had a month of cold and then a little bit warmer and then another freeze month. It was just like 2 days. Nothing like up north. Here's the thing that's cool about it is it's a little bit cooler than what you get in South Florida. So if you are someone who's like, yeah, but I like the seasons or I like the change in the weather, We get that here in North Florida. We actually get that. It's kind of synced up on a little different schedule. And it's more of like a dry season and a rainy season. And it does get cold a little bit, but we definitely see it. This year,
Mhm.
there was a little bit of snow.
Yeah.
First time in 40 years, by the way.
Love the seasons here because, I mean, the winters aren't as cold as they were up in the Midwest. But you have the leaves, so, like, the leaves will go in the winter, and then in the spring, you get to see all of the green come back, and it's just so fresh and new.
Yeah, so you actually see that. And then on top of that, the heat. It is hot here. It does get hot in the summer. It's Florida. I'm not going to lie to you. Is it as hot as it is in Miami or Tampa? I don't know.
Maybe some days, but not, like, every day.
Not as brutal. It's a
Yeah.
little bit nicer. And, we live 20 minutes inland from the beach. And so, by local standpoint, we don't live at the beaches. If you're coming from like Utah or North Dakota, we live at the beach, right? But to us, we don't even live at the beach. We're 20 minutes inland, but we still get a nice breeze. I mean, there's always a breeze coming, that sea
Mhm.
breeze, and so it makes it nice. If we go inland Florida to the center of the state, now, sometimes there it is dry and it is hot and there is zero wind. And so it's kind of one of the hottest places to be. Just to recap, 5 more reasons why you should live in Jacksonville. Number one, affordable cost of living. Number two, the beaches and outdoor life make for a fantastic lifestyle. And if you need a career or a way to earn an income, then there's a growing job market and a lot of great industries. And the money you earn from those industries, because of no income tax. Number four, you get to put more of that money in your pocket and you enjoy all this during mild weather. Before we go, are you in Jacksonville and do you want to hang out with Sean and me? Then June 21st is Beach Fest at South Beach Park and Sunshine Playground. It's hosted by us, the Riggs Group with Someday Homes Realty. Park features a skate park, playground, splash pad, covered cabanas. We'll be there grilling out. And I realized I just said the wrong date. It's June 8th, correct?
Mhm.
So it's June 8th. We're going to be at Beach Fest. All this is just a short distance from the beach. So come hang out with us, grab some food on us, and then hit the beach with your family and friends. For more information, as always, head to riggsgroupfl.com. Thanks again for listening to This Is Jax. That's it.
See you next time.